In addition to rehabilitation, home ownership, and rental assistance, the CDBG program allows for other activities to make a housing strategy complete, including acquisition, demolition, clearance, site improvements, code enforcement, and it also allows you to pay the staff costs associated with the housing activities. These activities give you options for removing existing barriers to affordable housing and for dealing with foreclosed, abandoned, and vacant properties. On housing development sites, the grantee can undertake a number of activities in conjunction with the project. Some activities typically take place prior to the start of construction. These include acquisition and disposition. Land banking is not allowed, so acquisition of land should take place only when a plan for its use as affordable housing is clear. The cost of disposing of the property, including marketing and maintenance, is also eligible. Demolition and clearance. Houses that are severely deteriorated may be demolished under the Slum and Blight National Objective. In such cases, the owner does not have to have a low income, and the reuse of the property does not have to be CDBG eligible. An example of clearance would be removal of a dilapidated structure or environmental contaminants for the purpose of building affordable housing. Other activities occur during construction, landscaping and construction of garages and driveways when in conjunction with other rehabilitation on the property. Water and sewer connections, and the installation or replacement of a well water system or septic waste disposal system on private residential property are also eligible as part of housing rehabilitation. Next, we will hear from Vashatai Curry, a demolition inspector for the city of Odessa, Texas, at work.
This house burned, suffered a heavy fire damage in February. Not sure what the cause of the fire was, but we did go in, we inspected the structure and determined that it needed to come down as soon as possible. Generally, our structures go through a process where they go before the board of survey, or the property owner will come in and sign a waiver, but on some structures that are deemed to be an emergency, we don't go through that process. We have the building official, which will be Ralph McCain, to come in and declare it to be an emergency, and we proceed like that. Once we come in and we remove the structure, we clear the lot of all debris, we leave a nice vacant lot, the structure's gone, the property owner still maintains possession of the land. A lot of times they will sell the land, and other times, depending on what the zoning is, they'll come in and possibly put a trailer or maybe rebuild. It's a great thing because coming in and taking care of the blight that's in our neighborhoods. A lot of our neighborhoods have structures that are dilapidated, that are unsafe. And when we come in and we take care of these structures, we remove these structures, not only is it a value to the community as far as the children are concerned, but property values. It definitely maintains the property value in our neighborhoods.
Some activities can take place off-site as well. The grantee can undertake improvements such as sidewalks, streetlights and paving near an infill, housing development. You can also install new water or sewer pipes in the public right-of-way related to housing rehabilitation. In addition, the CDBG regulations specify that you may convert existing non-residential structures into housing. 51% of the households that then occupy the property must have low and moderate incomes. An example is in Bristol, Virginia, where they converted a former school into senior housing. Another example is the conversion of a factory in Cincinnati into apartments. Some key program steps to conversions are outreach. Converting a building's use can be controversial. Community outreach and design sensitivity to the surrounding environment are good early steps. Cost estimates. As costs to change building systems like plumbing and walls can be high in conversions, obtaining early, detailed renovation cost estimates are advisable. Leveraged funding. Conversions can provide good opportunities to leverage other funds like historic tax credits or new market tax credits. These should be thoroughly researched. Some communities allocate CDBG funds for code enforcement services to help arrest the decline of deteriorating areas. Code enforcement services must be carried out in conjunction with other activities that are revitalizing the neighborhood. Code enforcement may be a standalone CDBG activity, or you could choose to pair it with a housing rehabilitation or demolition programs. Activities that affirmatively further fair housing are CDBG eligible under the planning and administrative cap. Grantees can fund preparation of the assessment of fair housing, support fair housing monitoring, and related activities. Some activities are specified as ineligible. Ineligible activities related to housing include new construction by the grantee, equipment and furnishings, regular, non-emergency direct payments of rent or utilities, direct guarantees of mortgage assistance. Thanks for watching this video on activities in connection with housing. Congratulations! You've completed this tutorial on how to use CDBG for housing activities.